Well, movie critic Michael Cook is joining us now, and he is here to talk about Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire, and Shirley. So how many Ghostbusters are we at now?
This is number 5 in the series over the past 40 years.
All right.
And this one opened today at theaters near you. This is a sequel to the 2021 film, and of course a lot of callbacks to the original 1984 series. This one stars Paul Rudd, Carrie Coon, McKenna Grace, and of course the living Ghostbusters who are still with us. It's set in New York City. The Spengler family, who was a descendant of Ivan Spengler, who sadly passed away, played by Harold Ramis. They are now Ghostbusters in New York City, doing all that they can to bust the ghosts and keep the city safe for the people there. There's a plot where there is a haunted object that is sold to Dan Aykroyd. It turns out this orb has an evil spirit in it who's trying to get loose, and if the spirit gets loose, then the world will collapse.
Yeah.
And this through ice, because the spirit superpower is turning everything into ice. Of course, in a movie like this, there's going to be plenty of CGI, plenty of special effects, and this movie is no different. And I think it does those very well. The special effects are very intriguing. However,
but I knew there was a
you
but
knew there was
coming.
a but coming.
Yep.
However, this movie is just overstuffed
with
too many characters and subplots. And they're trying to give reference to the past Ghostbusters with Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd and so on and so forth, but then trying to have the new kids with McKenna Grace and Patton Oswalt, and they were just trying to do too much all at the same time, and it made the film feel stilted, slow, and plodding, where you just were not particularly that interested.
Yeah.
And the villain is not that particularly interesting either. So, it's a lot of great nostalgic callbacks to the original series, but this one is just okay.
Yeah.
If you want to go see it or wait till it's on streaming, you're not going to hurt yourself, as it were. But I'll give this movie a 6.5 out of 10.
6.5 okay.
Yeah, so
okay.
a failing
It's
grade.
All right, yeah.
But, well, it's a D, I guess.
Yeah,
If you brought home a 6.5 out of 100, you get a D, so that's what I'd give that.
All right, next up.
Shirley, which premieres today on Netflix, stars Regina King. She plays Shirley Chisholm, who was the first Black woman elected to the U.S. Congress. She was elected in 1968. That's where the movie starts, where she's from Brooklyn, and the first Black woman elected to Congress. And then flash forward to 1972, she decides to run for president for the Democratic nomination, the first woman to run for, the first Black woman to run for a major party's ticket. And it is a long shot candidacy, to say the least. And this film basically is the story of her presidential run. She's married, her and her husband, their marriage is on the rocks. It goes along as she builds her campaign team. Terrence Howard there you see as one of her key advisors. Lance Reddick, was sad to see him. I think this is one of his last movie roles before he sadly passed away at the age of 60. Regina King does a fantastic job of embodying Shirley Chisholm. You really feel like you're seeing the woman. At times it can be a standard biopic, but what I liked, because I know a little bit about politics, is just how it followed the political campaign, and frankly it showed how, with all respect, she wasn't that great of a candidate.
Yeah,
I mean, she was a trailblazer in a lot of ways, but as a political candidate, she didn't have the skills to really get there. And I admired how the film showed those deficiencies and didn't try to gloss things over. So Regina King's performances caps off what I think is a very intriguing film, a film of a time of 1972 where she had to fight against racism and sexism and all these other obstacles. So I really, really enjoyed this film on Netflix. And I give it a 9 out of 10.
Oh wow, okay,
so
pretty
enjoyable film if you're in the mood for a biopic.
And just stay home.
And
don't worry about going to the movie theaters for Ghostbusters. All right, thanks so much.